Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Transics and love you guys. Glad you're here today. I'm going to work in this glue book. I've had quite a bit of fun in it so far, but there's still more pages to work on. So I brought out my collage binder, my text folder, and a bunch of other things. And I'm going to figure out what I want to do in this. And my tools are scissors, some Fabri-Tac if I need, otherwise Elmer's Extra Strength glue stick. And this book is a lot of fun. So what I'm going to do is just look through this book and find some sort of focal point. I've also thought about bringing out this map, which I've had since, I don't even know when. But I like that, like the cover of the pictures there of the beautiful Eagle Crest where we spent so much time and have in the past. But so I'm just gathering ideas of what I could possibly use, and I'm feeling nature today. So go to that pocket, and these in the envelope are too small. As lovely as they are, they're just too small. That's a possibility. Oh, those bleeding hearts are lovely. And then I choose this as a possibility. I really like the texture on that, and I'm thinking that might be a background. And then I come to this. I've been hanging on to this for a long time. It is a page from a Somerset Studio magazine, and yeah, I've been holding on to it for a while. And now I'm just trying to gather a few different accent pieces, some colors that go with it. So this is a possibility. It kind of brings out the red, and it also adds to the nature. And I really like that stripe. And that's the last I have of that paper. And that paper's a little special to me because it was from a stash of my mom's that I inherited when she passed away. I kind of took a bunch of her papers that she had. And so I'm trying to see what's going to go with it still. Just, again, gathering information. And I know that there's glare. Glossy's going to glare in these magazine pages. They're just notorious for that. And I'm trying, I don't know about lighting. It's just I don't have natural light in my craft room. So I land on these as basic elements to use. And I'm leaving a little bit of a white border around the edge of this. And that's the reason why I've held on to it for so long, because the back side is so pretty too. And I didn't know which side I was going to use. But today I've decided to kind of let go and let it all happen and use that for something else, hopefully. So now just trying to find a page in here that is going to be good. And how about having a nice quiet page on the left side of this crazy wacky page. And I'm going to just try to make this border. So I keep working on this, and I come up with a pretty good gathering of elements, and I'm cutting out the back of it because I want to use this in something else. I really like all of these textures. So, we just kind of make it so that there's more later. More scraps. Scraps beget scraps. It's like they multiply. But I really like those patterns behind that picture of those really lovely leaves. And in the filming of this video, it's the end of August, early September, and leaves are starting to change where I live. And it's a little bittersweet because I do love fall. But at the same time, and this is my best grandma ever mug with me and Jubilee on it that I got for Christmas last year. So my daughter gives the best gifts. Anyway, so the leaves are starting to change around here. And this isn't going to be a fall page, but it ends up kind of looking like it. So there's just a chill, a little crisp in the air, So I'm kind of leaning that way, just feeling the nature today. I'm going to go for a walk here in a little bit after I get done with this voiceover and just enjoy the sunshine that we still have. And yeah, but at the moment here, I'm having a good time doing this Glubic page. I was going through some of my old videos last night when I couldn't sleep. Oh, that's a whole nother subject. Anyway, and I was going through my glue book videos and it's like, wow, I miss that. I did a glue book a month in 2022. Every month I did a glue book. They weren't huge, they weren't big like this, but I made a whole bunch of envelope journals, junky, trash envelope journals that were about 30 pages, both sides. And every month I did a different themed type of book, and that really pushed my understanding of collage, and I learned a lot about my style and what I like to do. And then some things surprised me. Like I was looking through the one that was my Colors and Angles book. Man, abstract just kind of hurt my brain, but it was so fun to go back and look at that and see some of the things that I did in there and things that I learned from it. What goes with what and how lines and shapes can be coordinating, even though they could be curves as opposed to jagged edges, and they could go together at the same time. They're opposites. So it kind of gave me pause to think about that. And so while I was looking at that, all of those videos from 2022, I really just thought I want to get my glue book out again today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing my big one here and kind of giving myself a little bit more fun in this. And I realized with this spread, I needed more of a background that was going to cover the white space of the magazine page. And so I thought green would be it, just to pull out those tones from the painted paper by the Sarah gal who drew this. And so I brought out the greens, and I have a lot of different elements in here, and it's kind of a mess. I should have the little small pieces in an envelope or something. They're getting kind of scattered and makes it hard to filter through all the little pieces. And I like these shades and some of these other ones filtering through this. So set that aside. I'm just trying to figure it out. And there's some golds in this one too. This looks like I don't know. And then there's tearing sounds. So it was a fun session, and it didn't take very long. It was only about 30 minutes to do this spread, and I kind of had an idea once I got the focal point, and that made it easier. So yeah, 30 minutes, just a few elements that were coordinating colors and patterns. So, and it just kind of all came together. And you gotta love that. And I enjoyed it. It was so peaceful in the house, because all of a sudden I'm by myself in the house, and that hardly ever happens. So I took advantage of it and went into my craft room and started playing, even before my breakfast was finished. So I'm just gonna keep doing ripping and tearing and gluing and finishing up this spread, and I will come back and talk at the end. So that just goes to show what 30 minutes, one focal image, couple accent colors, an accent pattern, a little paint, and a caption can do just to make a cool, enjoyable collage in a magazine book slash journal. I love how you can make these books into anything you want them to be. And this glue book is just bringing a lot of joy. I hope you enjoyed that, gave you some ideas for what you can do. I am going to wash my hands here shortly and go for that walk. But this was a fun activity. I know that the lines are not perfect. Even the paint smudges aren't perfect. And yes, my neighbor's doing some sawing. If you can hear that, I can. Anyway, it was really fun. It was very enjoyable, very calming, very peaceful, very pleasurable. I hope you enjoyed that and you're having a great day. Take care. Love you guys. And as always, God bless. Bye-bye.